Hi everyone, Rod Armande, immigration and personal injury attorney. People are getting arrested at immigration court after their case is getting dismissed. So a very popular place now for ICE to be is at immigration court. So if you have a case and you're considering it have it dismissed, well, judges, even there's reports of judges cooperating with ICE to dismiss cases that then as they get out of the court and they're inside the court or outside of court, ICE officers who are not always clothed in ICE officer gear are approaching these individuals and then making arrests. So if you do have a court case and you're considering having it be dismissed, then make sure you're speaking to an immigration attorney. Hopefully your immigration attorney is advising you of the consequences of having your case dismissed, including now being picked up and arrested and detained, possibly right there in court or outside of court. There's also reports of USCIS arrests being made for I-130 interviews, people showing up for I-130 interviews at USCIS offices. These are in multiple offices across the country, just similar to immigration court, Miami, Los Angeles, other places, Oregon. There's a number of San Fernando. There's other areas like Phoenix, Houston, that are having reports of these arrests being made, both for immigration, people with immigration court cases, and for those who are going for an interview at a USCIS office for maybe an I-130 or an adjustment of status application, a green card application, and even naturalization application. So these are people who already have permanent residency and now they're trying to get their citizenship. So in the last 2 weeks alone, there's been reports of 26 arrests at field offices for I-130 interviews. Basically, they are going to be targeting people with any prior removal orders, criminal charges, criminal convictions, and warrants. USCIS is cooperating with ICE, and so they're basically, it's very important that if you file these pro se, meaning on your own, that you definitely consult with an attorney if you have an interview coming up. And if you filed it with an attorney, make sure you speak to your attorney about, hey, what are the consequences? What are the risks of me showing up? Do I have any risk? Because there's a number of different things that can increase your risk of being arrested at these interviews, and there's a number of things that can protect you. And maybe an attorney, a lot of times I can say, hey, look, I've reviewed your history, the chances of you being arrested at an interview are little to none. So there's obviously always reports and people panic, so it's really important that you reach out and you speak to an attorney about this situation and see whether you should consider maybe withdrawing your application with USCIS, or if you have a court case, then you should consider maybe not having your case dismissed, because if you get it dismissed, then you have no other option. But sometimes people are getting their case dismissed because they have a course of action outside of court, such as maybe a green card application in the future that they can file with USCIS. And so sometimes there's a good reason to get it dismissed, but now if you're a recent you've recently entered the country, especially they're targeting people who have been here for less than 2 years, they're going to you're going to have a high risk of being arrested. So be careful, be vigilant, and seek a knowledgeable and competent immigration attorney's advice on your case or your loved one's case. Also, related update is basically OPLA, which is the Office of the Principal Legal Advisor for ICE. They have announced that they are going to begin filing motions to recalendar cases that have been administratively closed. So there's a number of people, whether it was a year ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago or many years ago, they have made a statement that they're going to file motions to recalendar to basically put these cases back on calendar for all cases that were administratively closed. So if you have a case that was administratively closed, it's really important that you're contacting your attorney who helped you with that, or contacting another attorney. Make sure that your address is up to date. This is a big concern for people who maybe had their case administratively closed without an attorney, and they forget to update their address with court, and they move, and many years has gone by, and now they've moved somewhere else. So there's going to be people who are not going to necessarily receive notice, and then they're going to have a court hearing that they don't know about, and they don't show up to it, and basically they're going to have a removal order entered in their name. So it's really important to get the word out about this and make sure that you're updating your address. You only have 10 days to respond to any motions to recalendar that are going to be filed by ICE if you do have an administratively closed case. So it's gonna, the expected date is July 9th of this year, 2025. So if you or you know a loved one who has an administratively closed case, will be prepared for it to be recalendared. All right. So especially be careful if maybe your prior attorney has passed away, or maybe they've retired, or worse, they've been suspended or disbarred by their California or whatever state bar that they are licensed in. So be vigilant, guys. If you need any help, reach out to me, rodarmandelaw.com. Take care and stay tuned for more updates.